I'd like to have a lodge here in Chittick, one in inland and one north end of Lake Waterhen. All the trees are still there. Nobody's been cutting there.
I've been working here for the last 6 to 7 years, and it's the band that owns it and takes care of it. My dream is to try and purchase the shed and in order for me to operate it.
I started this business in '97. It started from my home in the basement. We had 2 tables and it was busy for a year and a half, like steady cooking. And
I would like to work with the province, the government. How can we work together to save the trees?
Well, I'm 36 years old and I spent most of my life in Skownan. I was fishing and hunting, trapping, mostly with my brother here, Wesley. Kind of stick together, do things, everything together. And I'm married, no children. Basically, there's no income for me on the reserve, so I gotta go out and go and work, pay the bills. I just help out my brother with fishing. I usually go out and work during the summer seasons. I go and work up in Churchill in the tourism business, in the restaurants and whatever kind of work is there. I really enjoy it. How much you figure this old is? How old is he was? 3.5? 3? Lots of fish.
Well, I'm 35 right now, and it was pretty good growing up, I guess. Did a lot of trapping, fishing, hunting with my grandparents. And now I have my own fishing outfit, my own fishing license, and I also do some guiding. I operate the sawmill and the hatchery in Skownan there.
When you first punch a hole, you get that air going through and see the basin hole filling up with water. It's hard work being a fisherman. Sometimes you guys wake up early in the morning, be out there at the crack of dawn. Sometimes you fall through the ice. Then when you finish your day's work, by the time you get home, you're beat. Then you wake up and do the same thing over again. I like doing it. I like spending time with my brother. We do it together. Sometimes we fish all day and we don't even speak to each other. We know what to do and he knows what to do. We don't eat till we get home.
Well, I've always wanted to start my own lodge, hunting lodge or ecotourism. It doesn't have to be hunting, just as long as I take out hunters. Not hunters, tourists.
Naturalist.
Just sightseeing, I guess. So far we started up, put up one building and I ran out of money, so I'm stuck there now.
Well, I've been in the tourism business since 1989 and 90. I started off working for North Star Tourist Camp. I took a training in dolphin and hospitality services, tourism, and pretty well everything what they offer there, accounting, how to make a 5-year plan. And I've talked to local guys there in Dolphin that are willing to help me out in writing up a proposal for government grants. I pretty well know a lot of tourists, mostly Americans that come and do their fall hunts. Well, we're starting off small and hopefully we can expand, attract all kinds of tourists, I guess, fishermen.
Yeah, I guess I know where to get the money. It's the paperwork that's hard to write up. So once you go to these financial institutions, they want a 5-year plan, and
Well, the funding is there. It's just a matter of writing a proposal for them. Me and Wesley have been doing this on our own time, with our own money. So we're slowly getting it going. The benefit for me and Wesley and create employment. Get some people on a reserve trained to be guides. We've been out in the bush, out on land.
it's nice and quiet here. Forget about the problems of back home, but when you're out here, everything is gone. I guess you can feel the people that have passed on, they're still around, I guess. They're with you when you're out here.
Basically, the fishermen, they just go out each day as much as they can, and they go to Chittick or inland. Even I got a couple fishermen that fish Lake Waterhen, but there's not that much fish. There's only basically mullets. When they go out and they bring their fish in here, and I gotta grade all their fish because it's all mixed. It's like sometimes they'll fish from Chittick and inland. They'll bring it in. It'll be belly split, heads off, and it'll all be mixed up, and I gotta separate the fish and grade it and all that. I've been working here for the last 6 to 7 years, and it's the band that owns it and takes care of it. My dream is to try and purchase the shed and in order for me to operate it. I know how to grade all the fish and all that, and I want to create employment here. Because actually I trained a few guys already that know how to grade fish, and they're really doing good. I just want to take this over and get it off the band's back. Nice quick little boy. Like those lakes up north there, Chittick and inland, if the province was to allow logging and all that in those areas there, there's all the chemicals and all that, I don't know if fish would survive. They've been stocking the lakes for as long as I know. I don't really know how long they've been stocking, but I believe probably this fish might have been planted in probably four years ago. That's how long it probably takes for these to grow this big. So if they were to leave these fish another year in Chittick, they'd be large. They'd be over the 52. They'd be large, but they're only making up the medium. Once it's graded, we pack it like this. It makes it look cleaner and a nicer job. Once I have a nice little load, like the truck from Reimer will come and pick up the fish. Like I had 61 tubs to go on a truck yesterday. So they take it to freshwater in Winnipeg. And then after that it leaves our hands here, and then freshwater sends a check to the agency here in Waterhen, or Skownan. Last year, all the fishermen did good. Like this place would have been packed with pickerel there. If you guys were here like last year, you guys would have seen for your own eyes how much fish. And there's nothing but pickerel, so that's Pickerel's the most, well, actually, perch is more than pickerel, but they make a lot of money off pickerel fish. And freshwater is very happy, I guess, because they got buyers all over for pickerel. We only fish, it's only in the winter. I like to do some trap nets and get some mullets and do the dressing here and ship them out. And I'd create probably around 4 or 5 jobs. In order for me to do that is probably get a band council resolution and ask the chief and council to release it to me. Then I'd get some input from the fishermen that who would support the shed, and I'd probably have to go to the bank and set up a plan how I'd want this business run, and basically just trying to get a business, get a good business plan going. I think fishermen, they're very proud of what they have around here, like the good lakes and all that, the good produce. Basically all pickerel that come out of those lakes, so those are gold mines.
I think it was back in 1981 where they conceived the idea of having wood bison here. The agreement with the province was a certain percentage of the herd was to be shipped to Chittick Lake. The ones that stayed in the compound would be the ones for economic development for the band, and the other ones that were out in the wild were the provinces and ours, like co-management on them. Here we have 250 animals, and at Chittick Lake we have just about 180 to 100. Our community is so small and there's no forestry or not too much of that around, so wood bison was thought to be a good opportunity for the community. The compound's roughly 15 square miles, so it's a pretty big area. So it's like this, there's muskeg trees, then there's some jack pine ridges, so it's a great vibe. There's a little lake and a stream in the back, so they spend their summers there. We make hay, like the herd manager and his helpers usually cut hay here in the summertime for making bales. A few years ago they knocked down a bunch of bush here and they planted alfalfa grass in there so they can forage there in the summertime too, in winter. The roundup is done once a year, but we keep them in the calves in pens, so whenever there's an auction we just round them up again, chase them through the chutes and pick out the ones that were going to the auction and leave the other ones behind. 2 or 3 auctions a year we go to. 2 years ago the prices were really good, and last year the market fell out of it, so we can get between $3,000 to $5,000 for our female calves, and the bulls go between $1,000 and $2,500. It's all depending on weight now. So sometimes we get good money if we catch the right auction and if there's enough buyers and stuff. We don't advertise enough that we have these animals. Like if the band had a website and had it on the internet or something, like people would go in there and click on it and see what we have, and maybe we get more tourists and come down and see it. Even if we had the lodge, like a lodge set up in Chittick or something like that, take guys up there for a week and let them fish or shoot ducks and then go look at the buffaloes, same thing.
Right now, there's about 140 houses on the band, and we have a backlog at about another 100 houses. The population that we have there are people living out of the community that want to move into the reserve, but again, we have a housing shortage. And then again, retrofitting our housing. About 40% of our houses need minor and also major repairs. With the families that are coming in, we can't occupy them. Some of these houses, there's lots of mold problems. Some of these houses are 25 to 30 years old. And we got a 44 same HC units, and again, they're about 20 years old already. So, and then we have to retrofit them, and it's just our housing dollars that's putting the band in deficit. We're trying to maintain the houses. we're surrounded by hectares and hectares of logs, and the cost of lumber yards, and is among us, and with harvesting the raw material and building our own log homes. We'll cut costs, about half with our housing, backlog of our housing here on this reserve. Another idea that was thrown at me from some other carpenters was trading our logs for our raw material, and getting our logs that are already seasoned, harvesting our logs and shipping them to the paw, training about 5 to 10 guys, maybe 20. Go train them over there. They'll cut the logs over there, put that log house together, and those 10, 20 people that are being trained over there, they'll come back to the reserve and they'll put that log house together here. So we got about 4 species of trees around this area. We got black spruce, we got white spruce, and we got jack pine. They'd make good log homes for the area that we are in right now. To get this program going, I think we need a commitment from the community and from chief and council to get a permit so we can start operating. We gotta get a permit from the province and write a proposal of how we're going to utilize our logs into making log homes. The other dream I had for the community is getting into building RTMs on our community, ready to build homes, or a timber fab industry. We got suppliers out there that's eager to bring in their material and to construct these buildings. As you can see, I got one customized home here that we're going to be building this summer. There's 6 units like this we'll be building, but they're also could be purchased as ready-to-move homes. As labor is here on the community, we have about 30-40 carpenters here on this reserve. Again, it'll be a job you'd employ at least 40-50 people if we ever got this off the ground.
My name is Charlotte Niepanak. My spiritual name is Stone Bear Woman, and my clan is the Buffalo. I feel for the trees. I was taught that they are my brother, my sister, and they are my relation. And when I'm having a hard time in my life, that's where my spirit guides me, to walk into the bush, to go and sit by a tree, to offer my offerings and just talk to the tree. It'll give me to give me strength. I find strength in the forest. I feel protected. I have a dream where I would like to begin to teach our children to respect and to begin to plant trees in the community, to show and teach our children, to make them understand that the tree has a gift, just like anything else that is living with a spirit. The tree provides shelter for the animals and the birds and everything else. I think there needs to be that respect taught to our children and even people my age. I don't believe in putting down a tree for absolutely nothing. I understand, we need trees, like I said before, for housing, for paper and all that kind of stuff. But another thing that I would like for people to understand, you only take what you need and you leave the rest. We forget about those laws, those teachings that we were all born with. And it doesn't matter what color you are. We all have those teachings inside of us. And I would like to work with the province, the government, to be able to, how can we work together to save the trees? I'm only one of so many voices. Why can't the government just listen? Why do we have to always put up a fight to save our natural resources?
Recreation is very important because there is a high rate of diabetes among native people. And one of the things they recommend is to be active, and that's why I guess I'm pushing for an arena here in our community. Because we have to keep our kids involved in sports and to bring their self-esteem up. We've got one kid right now in our community that's going to be going to Japan. He made a team for Team Canada to participate in Japan, polar ice hockey. He's 13 years old and he'll be going this summer. You know, we've got a lot of talent, you know. Sometimes they don't have that opportunity. With an arena here, I think we could get more kids involved in hockey and trying to steer them away from drugs and alcohol. What we need is we need the government, you know, to be in partners. We have to be partners with the government, I think, and maybe you know, we got the natural resources here, you know, like the trees and that. Maybe use some of that, you know, for like our contribution. We've got a sawmill here, you know, like. That could be used, you know, as part of our contribution, you know.
In every aspect of our life today, we need skilled people. We need, in order to convince governments, other levels of departments, we need to match the non-native society. We need to match their skill, the way of doing things. It's a very, very important part for our future generations to be educated, and we need to push education because they are the ones that are going to sustain what we did, what our ancestors did, and what we did up to this point. And now there's more pressure by a non-native society, you know, on the same traditional resources. We have to defend them. We have to protect them, not only for, you know, our own use, but for the, you know, for the interest groups that are out there, you know, that want these resources. And you know, history only tells us, you know how we lost important resource in our traditional land use area.
Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Okay.